The Prime Initiative.
All right, guys, new year, new bullshit, right? So, in case you guys haven't been listening to the news, here we go. So, Los Angeles Sheriff's Department's CAD system, which is their computer aided dispatch, has been down for some time. It keeps on coming up and goes back down. The majority of you guys know about that. You know, it not only does it affect the deputies, but it also affects the public as well, right? As ousted by CC Woods from the current report a while ago, I'm gonna go ahead and read her tweet, or rather, it's not called tweet anymore, right? Her X statement reads: At 10 p.m. last night, the entire Los Angeles Sheriff's Department headquarters CAD system, computer aided dispatch, crashed. According to sources, the system thinks it's July of 2003 and won't interfere with any other department system. Patrol units have been forced to start using paper logs again, similar to what was used in the 1980s. It appears the system self-destructed and or wasn't programmed to go beyond 2024. Okay. This will likely cause critical delays in both receiving and transmitting important information to deputies in the field, officer safety, and community safety issues. Oh man, you know what? The depths. Hey guys, you guys are getting hammered as fuck. What I want to know is, what is your fearless leader trying to do about all this? Luna, starting off the year pretty well, huh? This isn't really looking good for your reelection, right? I mean, look at all the BS that your deputies, your troops are going through, rather. This is another staple in that, right? Oh, we haven't forgotten about the massive amounts of suicides that took place under your administration, by the way. And I'm going to get to that in a sec here. So, anyway, back at the task at hand, the CAT system's down. Now, as spoken by awesome Captain Mike from the current report as well, and the police applicant podcast. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put all the links down here so you guys can read it for yourselves as well in case you guys missed it. From Los Angeles Times. I'm not giving you credit, by the way, Los Angeles Times. I hate you guys. Now the call takers have to write down all the information for each call, and then the dispatch has to voice all the details, and the patrol unit has to write it all down. The deputy said. They don't have the ability to run people or plates. They can't pull report numbers to give to people, so they have to call dispatch. Is that an issue? Yes, it is an issue. Can they work around it? Yes, they can. But just like everything, you know, there's delays, and with delays causes particular issues. Who does this affect? This affects everybody in Los Angeles County. This affects not only the deputies, the personnel, but the public as well. The public as well. You know, things aren't looking good in Los Angeles County, obviously, right? So here comes the next step. In good old Los Angeles County tradition, here comes the blame game, right? Who's to blame in this particular situation, right? Well, everyone has their say as to who to blame. Alex Villanueva actually spoke about this particular issue when he was in office and clearly stated that the systems need to be reworked. He gave everyone a warning. Baca knew about it as well. But his bitch ass didn't do anything about it either, right? He was too busy doing some other shit. But anyway, back at the task at hand, here's a statement. Rather, before I get to this other statement that was made by a deputy and its personnel, or his personnel rather, let's turn our attention over to the actual video from Fox News, just so you guys have a better visual representation as to what's going on.
Department dispatch capabilities. Mario Ramirez has the latest from downtown. Mario, good morning.
Bob Brooke, good morning. That ongoing tech outage is really limiting deputies. It's leaving them without their patrol vehicle computer systems, and that's something they use each and every day while out on the field. Now, the Sheriff's Department says this is not a cyber attack. Instead, it's the result of an outdated system that crashed just hours before New Year's. Now,
oh, shit. Yeah, get him.
The department was first made aware of the tech issues Tuesday night, hours before New Year's.
Wait a minute. Why are they showing the devs tackle some dumbass right now? They're talking about the radio systems. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I think I like it. But
that's when deputies at sheriff stations across the county began having issues logging into their vehicle computers. The department eventually determined its computer-aided dispatch system was down, also known as CAD. That's the digital communication network that's used to field 911 calls and respond to emergencies. Now, police reports are having to be filled out with pencil and paper, and 911 calls are being dispatched with radios while the department figures out a solution. Fox 11 spoke directly with Sheriff Luna about the crisis, and he says there's still some uncertainty as to when it'll be resolved.
Of course you don't know, Luna.
It was a technical failure because the system was so old. If I didn't say this, it's about 38 years old and needed to be replaced. This is an urgent matter that needs to be fixed right away. So our people are telling us that it could be several days. And I'm hoping it's on the shorter end of that. And again, that's just for a
I seriously just want to punch the screen right now.
mid-term type solution.
The sheriff says deputies will still be able to respond to calls, but this outage is slowing the communication process. In mid-2023, the department issued a formal
Oh, here we go, here we go. Get him, get him,
proposals
get him,
to
tase him.
acquire a new modernized
Where
CAD
you going,
system.
son? Where you going?
The
Here comes
department now
LAPD.
working with county leaders to figure out
Woo!
both the
Good job.
short-term and long-term
Yeah.
solution. But as you heard
Kick
from
him.
the sheriff there, there's no clear timeline on when that CAD system will
Oh, by the way, crime's illegal again, right? Imagine that. Crime is illegal again. Well, anyway, so there you go. Systems down, major issue, right? Definitely a officer safety situation here. Pray for those deputies, you know. It's they're going through a bunch of shit as usual.
be back up and
Anyway,
running. For now,
aside
live
from that,
downtown at LA County
let's
Sheriff's
get back
Headquarters,
to
I'm Mario
what we were
Ramirez.
going
Back
to
you.
discuss, and that is the actual statement from what this deputy said. Okay, here we go. Los Angeles Times again. All right, let's make this bigger. Okay. In quotation, it is our own little Y2K. You guys remember that? There's some viewers who are too young to remember that. But back in 1999, everyone was freaking out because allegedly the computer systems were going to go down. Everyone was thinking it was Armageddon, and they made movies out of it actually too, you know? So did it happen? Absolutely not. But yeah, the system is down. The system is down. Going back to the quote, it's our own little Y2K. A deputy who was working Wednesday morning told the Times. The deputy, along with 3 other department sources who spoke to the Times about the problem, asked not to be named because they were not authorized to speak on the record and feared retaliation. Here we go with retaliation again. Can't even talk about the particular issue, right? Imagine going through all these issues and you want to voice your opinion, but you can't because you could get fired. Simply because they don't want you to talk about the department. It's plain as day. Look, it's right there. Even LA Times, of all people, LA Times is saying retaliation. They were not authorized to speak on the record and feared retaliation. Right? Let's get back to this one particular video that transpired a year ago. Actually, this is the one that I was on. Just the beginning part. And this is Ms. Gina Silva speaking about the massive amounts of suicides that took place under Luna's administration. Let's listen to, and mind you, I'm the one who spoke up about it, but there was others prior that wanted to speak up about it. And of course they should. They lost partners, team members, family members. But why couldn't they, you think? Let's listen to what Gina has to say.
After our first story aired on the 4 suicides within 24 hours, several deputies reached out to me privately, but they would not go on camera because they're afraid of losing their jobs.
Retaliation. Did you hear that? Do you guys, public, do you guys have this, Los Angeles, do you have this understanding now? How it is in law enforcement when it comes to particular agencies in California, especially that of Los Angeles County? They can't speak up about it. It's all about retaliation. They don't have a voice. They don't have a voice. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you guys are trying to elect a new sheriff, because this guy, Sheriff Luna, isn't cutting it at all. Isn't cutting it at all. And I have a special message for you guys, Luna, actually, your administration. New year, right? And with New Year's comes New Year's resolutions. How about for your New Year's resolutions, Luna, you actually focus on assisting your troops? How about that? How about this? How about you get your house in order? How about that? You know what? That might be too much to ask. But how about this? How about you keep the suicides to 0? Do you think you could fucking do that? How about no suicides for at least a year? How about that, Luna? Stop putting the blame on other people, right? Accept accountability.
The Prime Initiative.